Coach. What was the most frustrating thing when you go back and looked at the entire game against Kansas?
I think the frustrating thing is just having a great opportunity to win a game and take a step forward and not getting it done. And we had plenty of chances. Certainly, we're in the game. Um, there's a lot of different things that could have gone a different way to put us over the top in that one. And we got to have growth from it, but it's frustrating to let one of those go too.
Scott, along those lines, you talked about this last couple games. It's been a few plays here or there that maybe could have swung for you guys in your favor to maybe help you guys get a win. What do you guys need to do to kind of get over that hump, maybe to make those plays kind of turn in your favor?
I think just keep putting ourselves in that situation. We do not have a team that thinks we're in this situation, we're not going to win this. I love that about this team. They expect to get it done. We just haven't been in that situation enough yet. We got to keep putting ourselves in the situation, give ourselves chances, and it's going to work out. We got a lot of guys on this team that are playing significant roles, probably for the first time in their career, and there's some growth that goes along with that. Man, it's better to grow if you can find a way to get one done and get better from that. We did that week one. We didn't do it Saturday. But the growth is obvious, and it's going to keep moving forward.
Coach, whether it's the first quarter against Kansas State or the third quarter against Kansas, how do you avoid a detrimental quarter like that?
It's, watching the third quarter again, you can't feel like you have to thread the needle with being in perfect things against what they're doing. We kind of came out of halftime having run the ball really well in the first half, and we tried to hit a couple runs that had worked really well early in the game. We didn't block a couple right, and that hurt us. And I just feel like when things are going really well for us and momentum's going, we're doing really well. We have trouble kind of arresting the negative momentum and overcoming it. Probably a sign of a young team too, but we let kind of one bad play and one bad series lead to another, and next thing you know, we're in the fourth quarter. Same thing at Kansas State. It was a couple misreads, a couple bad decisions, and not getting anything started. When we get drives going, this team has been really good to keep the momentum going, and we go down and score. We got to get that first down.
Coach, second and goal from the one. You're coming out of the timeout. What's the conversation like during that 2-minute timeout about that sequence of plays?
Yeah,
that you want
I
to
wish
call?
I'd go through the litany of things that were going through my mind at that point. We had first and goal at the 6. We ran a play and got close to the goal line. First thought was to run a tempo play and just knock it in. Ended up looking at the clock and thinking, well, we got to try to limit their time a little bit, so let's slow this down, try to get it at least to the 2-minute warning. We had some creative plays down there that I think would have worked. But then in my mind, I said, we're at the half-yard line. We can get this in. If you give us 3 chances, we're going to get it in. My mistake calling a sneak from a squeeze formation. They brought everybody down inside, and we couldn't get any movement. Second play wanted to get it in Miles' hands, and we didn't get enough movement. And then third play, fourth down, we were kind of, that's not where you want to be. You want to get it in on one of the other two, and that's my fault. I should have been more creative. I just, in the situation, thought from a half yard, and we can run something basic, we're going to get a half yard.
Coach, 2 games in now, you have 1 conference game home, 1 away. What do you take so far from the Big 12, like the league? Can you feel like the intensity has increased with the conference play? And do you feel like the team has adjusted to what it truly takes to win in this conference week in and week out?
Well, I love this conference. There's going to be games like that every weekend. And you look across the conference, and there are both teams with a good chance to win if you play well. And I've said it a bunch, but if we play well, we're going to have a chance to win. If we don't play well, we're not. I hope we have enough talent that there's not too many people in the conference, I don't think, that can just overwhelm us. So we're going to have an opportunity. We got to play well and find a way to win at the end. And that's not going to be our last opportunity in a game like that, because I think the league is so evenly matched.
As far as the quarterback position is concerned?
Still TBD on quarterbacks. Taven's X-rays and everything were negative, so it's the same thing as it was. We're gonna watch him as the week goes along. I think we'll have Jakari back this week, and Cam's healthy.
Coach, what's the biggest thing that you learned in retrospect about Saturday night's game now that you've had a couple of days to reflect on it that maybe you weren't ready to talk about right afterward?
You know, I don't think there's too much other than we just need more opportunities to put some of our newer and younger players in situations like that and have them experience that and succeed in it. You know, you guys asked me about the penalties after the game, and you know, we didn't have false starts during the game until it got tight right there, and we had a couple guys make mistakes, and I think that's just being eager and not having been in that situation enough. You know, first time my dad took me fishing, told me when a fish took the hook, you have to be patient and wait for it to really take it before you set the hook. And I didn't do that because I was so excited in that situation that you pull the hook out of their mouth. And, you know, after living for a while, then you realize this isn't a big deal, let it happen and make it work. And I just think we got a little jittery a couple times. Kansas State, you know, at Kansas State this past week, get down games on the line, clutch situation. You know, the intensity is a little higher, and we have guys just false start. And we'll keep talking to them about it. But really, what it comes down to is experience to having been there before and being in that situation and making it work. Because we can't really replicate that situation.
Scott, injuries happen obviously in football, but how frustrating has it been for your quarterback room to have three guys be banged up and have to kind of, you know, maybe play a little bit shifting guys around for games because of injuries?
It's a unique situation I've never really dealt with as a coach before, having this much change at quarterback. And it's not just the season. It's been kind of all through spring ball and fall camp since we didn't have somebody kind of step up and take it. It's been a revolving door there in practice and now in games. And hopefully we have everybody else up and ready to be around the quarterback, whoever it is Saturday, so they can feel a little more comfortable.
Coach, Cincinnati coming off two big wins against both Kansas and Iowa State. What have you seen from them so far, and how do you slow down their offense that has been red hot through those two games?
Well, it's a team that's playing really well. I think they have a quarterback that's playing about as well as anybody in the league. They really own their system on both sides of the ball. It's impressive. Really impressive watching the improvement from game 1 to 2 to 3 to who they are now. You know, sometimes when you win a couple close games like they have lately, you know, you just get that momentum, and that's a powerful thing. But the improvement is obvious, and got a lot of respect for what their kind of season they're putting together.
What's the impact of not having Horace Lockett on your team?
Yeah, Horace is a big loss. We're going to have to rely on some young guys again that haven't played as much to kind of fill that role, and have some other guys probably play a few more snaps. But he was an anchor for us inside, so more than anything, feel bad for Horace.
Comment on the job that Alex Grinch has done with the defense this year. This past week against Kansas, really holding them well under their averages and effectively really just giving up 20 points.
Yeah, they did. You know, I thought they played a great second half. You know, Kansas was going to put together some drives. They have an explosive offense, and we held them to field goals on 2 drives to keep us in the game, even as the offense was sputtering. And if we hadn't fumbled the ball and given it to them on the one, you know, that was the difference in the game. So even at the end of the game, I thought our defense did a good job holding them to 3 and out and giving us another chance with 40 or 50 seconds left to go down and tie it up. So really impressed with defense against a good team, and they're going to have their hands full again this week.
Having coached in 2 of these games, how do you view the rivalry of UCF and Cincinnati and how it's developed over the course of the decade or so?
Yeah, I have a lot of admiration for both universities and the progress they've made and the climbs they've made. You know, we had our run when I was here and played them twice. And after I left, you watched Cincinnati really turn into a playoff team. And then both teams had a chance to get elevated to another league. And, you know, I have a lot of confidence that both schools eventually will have a lot of success in this league.
You mentioned earlier playing a lot of younger guys who haven't been in these crunch time situation roles. But one of the people who have stood out is Waden Charles, wide receiver. I mean, talk about the job that he's done and being able to step up in his role at wide receiver?
Yeah, I knew we had something good with Waden right away when I saw him in the spring. That's a process and growth. He's got a really bright future, and the more opportunities he gets, I think people will start to see the type of player that he can be. Anytime you're a freshman, there's peaks and valleys, and you get impatient sometimes when you're that age. But if you stay with it and you're made of the right stuff, then things work out in the end. And I think that's the path that he's on.
I kind of wanted to follow up on that. Speaking about the young players, what's that kind of evaluation going into conference play to determine if some of these guys deserve more playing time or not, or stick with the older guys on the team?
Well, the more young guys we have capable of playing, the better off we are. We'd be a lot better outside at receiver, and it really goes across the board if we can rotate more and keep guys fresh. And I think there's a big speed difference at the end of games with guys if they've played 40 snaps instead of 70 snaps. So we got to do a good job managing that and making sure guys are in the game early and get the feel for the game and try to keep guys fresher for the fourth quarter.
Coach, are you satisfied with the leadership in the room right now to try and send that message to stay the course here where we're really close?
Yeah, I think the guys all know that. Just based on what the guys said to me, I think they know that. I got asked a question last week about conference play and being 3-0 and then having it go the wrong way. That's not this group. That's not to say we're going to win or lose any one, but this group's going to keep fighting. I know it because I know these guys. We might win this week, we might lose, and that's not going to change how we approach the next week. I think this group cares about each other, and they're going to keep fighting. And because of our inexperience, I think we're going to keep improving and have even better and better chance as the year goes along.
Yeah. The overall health of the team, you talked about quarterbacks and losing Horst Lockett, but otherwise, how's the health of the team so far going into this game?
Yeah, we have a lot of little things right now, and that's football. You look out on the field at the end of that game, and we didn't have DT out there, didn't have Marcus Burke out there, didn't have Caden Peening, didn't have Dylan Wade. That's why having guys like Waden and CJ and others is important, because those guys have to go in and perform well. Coach Beck's done a great job getting them ready. That's football. There's a lot of people that are missing players. Luckily for us, we only have one or two that's season ending. We're going to get other guys back. So we want those guys in the training room and keep going. And in the meantime, it gives us an opportunity to get more guys playing experience.
Cincinnati, what have you seen from them defensively this season?
The Big 12 is kind of known for the 3-3 stack stuff. That's what Cincinnati does. They got some good players at every level. Really impressed with their nose guard when he's healthy. I think they got a couple linebackers that run and hit. Really impressed with number 9. The safety comes down in the box and makes a lot of tackles if you don't account for him and have a hat for him. But across the board, they do a great job running to the ball and pursuing. And there's not a lot of easy things against them. So we're going to have to earn it, and our defenses have to keep us in it as we're slogging it out on the offensive side.
Got linebacker Kozlowski for you guys.
To reflect on, I guess, these first, 5 games or so at the FBS at the Big 12 level. You've come in and made a big impact. Got a sack the other night. Are you pretty happy with, I guess, your early showing here at UCF?
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. I'm having a lot of fun out there, to say the least. But I think there's a lot of things that I can improve on as a player. There's a lot of things that we can improve on as a defense as well. So I'm enjoying it enjoying the moments like that. But there's a lot of room for improvement.
Cole, Scott talked a little bit about being one play here, 2 plays there, that maybe you guys could flip a game and have a chance to win.
Yeah.
What do you guys need to do as players to make sure that happens? To make sure that you can kind of find a way to flip those games where they're really close.
Yeah, I think it comes down to just being assignment sound, coming down to people being in the right gaps. It's the little things. if one person's out of a gap and next thing you know it's a 12-yard game on a second 11 where you want to pin them and you want to get 3 and out, and next thing you know it's they're running in for a touchdown. So I mean, yeah, it's the little things. I think if we're all locked in on assignment sound, I think this defense could be even better than what we've shown.
You mentioned assignment sound, but you also said lots of improvement in a lot of places. What stands out to you the most?
I'd say the physicality we've been playing with as a defense. I think the speed we have as well is fun to watch at times, and I think that like I said earlier, it could be even better.
What's the challenge you see from Cincinnati as you scout them?
I see a physical team, some physical running backs as well, and I haven't watched too much on them yet, but that's about it on them yet. Yeah.
Newer guys now 4 or 5 games in. How do you feel like you're adjusting to now being at UCF and kind of emerging as one of those leaders on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I think taking it play by play, not letting the moment get too big ever, and just playing as a team, playing as a defense. I'm like I said earlier, I'm having a lot of fun, but also I think that if we could just take that next step, those wins will start coming in. Yeah.
You guys have not a lot of point in the first quarter this year in 5 games. So what's working in terms of the pregame preparation as you scout each opponent, and then in-game second quarters, what maybe the challenges you guys are having as other teams adjust to what you're showing them?
I think, like I said earlier, it comes down to being assignment sound, and I think when it comes down to us as a defense, it's really just flying around the ball, and I mean, our preparation, we do the same thing every week. It gets into a routine. It gets to be honest with you, gets to muscle memory at that point, going from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday. Whether it's meetings or when it's out on the practice field, or if it's an indie, or our group periods as well. I mean, everything is consistent, and if we could just stay consistent with even the little things that we're messing up on Saturdays, and we could skyrocket.
Cole, can you elaborate on that a little bit in terms of just what does it mean to fly around the ball, and what does it mean for this defense to be the sound, as you would kind of describe it?
Biggest thing that our defense kind of prides ourselves on is not having any loafs. If you're seen maybe jogging to the ball the second the ball's thrown, if you're not bursting out of your stack after a drop, it's really just if wherever the ball is, got to give it your 100%. Even if you think you're not going to be in the play, because you guys know how it all is. And tip ball, something could happen. Someone could punch the ball out, and you're not in the right spot, and you all of a sudden it's a scoop and score for your defense. So yeah, it's just getting to the ball as fast as possible.
Well, this is the 3rd week where you guys face a quarterback who's put up big numbers. What do you see from Cincinnati's quarterback scores? What stands out to you that maybe you guys have to focus on a little bit more detail this week?
Yeah, another quarterback. I feel like all quarterbacks nowadays, the running is a huge factor for them. I think just keep containing him. Rush lanes are going to be huge this week, and being able to plaster in coverage and stay with our guy, and then everyone doing their jobs and just pulling up the quarterback if he decides to scramble. Yeah, things like that.
Cincinnati had a lot of success running the ball against Iowa State. They were getting a lot of yards before contact. How do you dial in on making contact as soon as possible to slow down the runner?
Yeah, I did watch their game against Iowa State on Saturday before our game. We were chilling in the hotel watching their game, and yeah, their running backs looked really physical. Definitely, I think it comes down to just being just as physical as them. I mean, cutting their engines, wrapping up. Once again, multiple guys flying to the ball. If one guy misses, other guys coming in hard. So it's things like that, yeah.
How much of a point of emphasis is being placed on creating turnovers?
I think the biggest stat in football we talk about as a defense every single week is turnovers win games. And if you're winning the turnover battle, you're winning the game 80%. I think it's 90% of the time in college, 80% in the NFL. So I think if you're getting turnovers, you're guaranteed to win pretty much. So if we could really turn the nozzle up on the turnovers, it could be good.
What do you think's missing in doing that more?
I think it's really just I don't think anything's missing. I think it's really just maybe we're just one play away from it happening, or maybe one D lineman getting a hand on the ball, or maybe I'm blitzing and I get my hand up and get out a ball and one of the DBs picks it off. It's really just I don't think anything's missing. I think we're playing the right way. I just think we're right there from those turnovers happening.
Have you had a moment where it kind of clicked for you? I mean, obviously you came in highly successful, at a lower level, but was there a moment maybe the last 2 weeks in Big 12 play where you feel like you proved to everybody that you're a Big 12 high caliber linebacker?
Yeah, like I said in the summer, I was very excited to prove myself. Like I said, I'm a very confident player, but also it's about the coaching and the players around me. A lot of the players have helped me and instilled that confidence in me as well. And the things, like I said, the things we do throughout the week to prepare for these games has definitely helped as well.
Whether it's been against Kansas State or Kansas, Coach Frost has mentioned there's been opportunities to get back into a game or put away a game. It hasn't been, you guys haven't been able to get that done. How frustrating is that for you?
Yeah, obviously it's not ideal, but I see taking things from these losses. There's things that you could really look back on and say, okay, I'm proud of that as a player. I'm proud of that as a defense. But it's also right there from like I said earlier. It's taking, we're one step away from these wins. I mean, I feel like to be honest with you, I feel like we're one play away from these wins. If we can keep this rolling, it should be good. There you go.
Wide receiver Waden Charles.
How y'all doing? Yes, sir.
Well, you came in and, you're only a true freshman. You're making a major impact on this team last year. I'm sure that was a goal of yours coming in to see the field. Just kind of reflect on, I guess, these last 10 months or so and how you've adjusted to college football at UCF.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I came in, know what I'm saying, just ready to work, get right to work, help this team win in any way I can. And I've had a lot of help from everybody on this team, everybody in the staff, just letting me know that I can be a big piece of this program. And just having that support system, like my family, and just believing in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, just helping me and just allowing me to know that I can help this team in a big way. Just help me get through this real smoothly these past 10 months.
Wayne, you mentioned you had a lot of help, a lot of people maybe giving you some advice or tips like that. Who are some of the guys on the staff, maybe players, who've really kind of maybe gotten under your wing a little bit to help you out?
Yeah, some of the older guys I've been looking up to and just help mentor me through this process is like Miles. He's really a big help, really great leader on this team. The quarterbacks, Ja'Curry, Cam, Taven, they all been keeping me motivated, helping me. DT, Dwayne Thomas, another receiver, he's been helping me, just allowing me to know to stay confident, just keep working, keep my head down, just keep grinding, that's it.
Coach Frost talked a lot about patience when you were speaking with him before. But when you got to campus and you had the opportunity to showcase your talent, how eager were you to get out in the field?
I mean, every time I step on the field, play football, I just go out there to have fun. I don't really think about it too much. I don't get cold feet. I just go out there and just do what I've been doing ever since I was a little kid. And ever since I got here, when you have support from your teammates and everybody patting your back and bring you up even when you mess up, that gives you a lot of confidence to go out there and just play for them and just put on your best performance.
How have you accepted the improved workload?
What'd you say?
How have you accepted the increased workload?
How have I accepted it? I mean, playing football my whole life, I've always been somebody that the team depends on to make a play. So just having this type of workload here at a high level is just it shows that the work I've always put in my whole life to get up to this point, and just the trust that my team has in me. So I don't take it as nothing too serious. I just playing football. That's it.
As the intensity is ratcheted up with conference play, what's been the biggest challenge the last 2 games for you?
Biggest challenge, I mean, nothing really too crazy. We're just going against some better corners probably going against better defense, but it's nothing that we haven't seen before. We go against a lot of great guys in practice every day, so they're getting us ready for the game. So nothing really too crazy that I've seen.
How do you feel different over the course of having a couple games under your belt?
Yeah, I feel better. I feel like I'm having more confidence as I'm in the game, seeing things differently, seeing how the defense reacts to certain things, seeing the angles I got to take on certain blocks and the way I got to run my routes. So I feel like I'm getting more comfortable as we go through these weeks and get different games.
Waden, you mentioned a little bit just kind of, you've been doing this your whole life, whether Little League, high school, working all the way up, just being a guy from South Florida, just knowing that chip that you carry. Can you kind of talk about what that does for you, being able to come in at a Big 12 program as a true freshman and actually contribute? Because like you mentioned, it's kind of something like you've been doing since you were, like 5. It's like,
sir.
it's kind of in the bloodline being from South Florida.
Yes, sir. Definitely, just like you said, being from South Florida, chip on your shoulder. Growing up with your friends playing in the backyard, always competing. Everything you do, like you can be playing, you can be flipping the coin, like you competitive. Like anything we do is competitive. And so just bringing that edge here to this team and like bringing that competitiveness to this team and everybody on the team, like just being very competitive with each other and just working hard every day. Like it helps you, it grows you to a better player, so you can be able to perform well in the game.
What does it mean to you personally to be counted on in crunch time, not only as a wide receiver, but on special teams as well as a gunner?
Whatever the team needs for me to do to help win, that's what I'm going to do. Playing receiver, you got to have a lot of confidence. I'm saying whenever the ball's in the air, you got to know that it's your ball to make a play whenever the team needs you. So that just comes with being a receiver. You got to have a lot of confidence. And Coach Pete, he does a great job with us on special teams. He schemes stuff up really good. And whenever he needs me to go out there and make a play, like on punt, kickoff return, I'll go out there and do that for him because that's what the team needs.
Waden, with all 3 quarterbacks each getting time so far this season, what has it been like adjusting to all 3 of them as they each get their time?
Yeah, just like what Coach Price probably said, like it's something that we never seen before, but and this is my first time, so it's kind of fun though, cause you see like you get like a lot of different like throws, you know what I'm saying? All of them are very accurate. I love throwing with all of them, so I have great chemistry with all of them. So it's just a great experience just to learn from all of them, see how they see the field, see how that can help my game in a big way. So it's been definitely a great experience.
As far as just the rest of the wide receiver room, how has the wide receiver room as a whole been kind of adjusting to each 3 different quarterbacks?
Oh yeah, we've been adjusting well, you know what I'm saying? We all go with them in practice, so like the groups switch up, so we all get to go with each quarterback. We get a chance to go with all of them. So we've adapted to it pretty well. No real problems there.
You can't control injuries, obviously, but talking about the quarterback position, is it frustrating at all to know that, because of the injuries, there hasn't been one guy that has really grabbed control of that position and it's been a consistent starter all year yet?
Yeah, it may seem frustrating to some from the outside, but to us, we're just trying to win the game. However it takes to win the game, that's what we're going to go out there and do. And whoever's in the game, that's who's going to help give us the best chance to win the game. So that's just how I look at it.
Cincinnati's coming in with the high-powered offense. They've scored a lot against Iowa State. How do you guys keep up with that offense and keep the game competitive?
I just say start fast. Just try to lessen the self-inflicted wounds like that we've been having, like false starts, holdings, all that. And that just comes with just like repetition and just working in practice. Like doing it right in practice is going to happen easy in the game. So just going hard every play through the echo of the whistle, like Coach Farrell always says, and just, repetition.
What has been Coach Frost's message now amidst a 2-game losing streak?
He just wants us to attack everything we do. Just attack and keep coming together as a team. Like, we went through 2 losses, you know what I'm saying? Losses that weren't supposed to happen, but you got to keep fighting, come together as a team because that's all it is about. Like football, that's what it is. You got to work together as a team and just look to your brother to your left, look to your brother on your right, and just know that they're going to have your back in the weeks to come. So that's what he's been harping on.
What do you think that fight has been like this season amongst the players?
I think we've been fighting hard. Like either if it's in the first half, second half, I feel like we just need to be able to finish. Like we've had great starts, we've had great finishes, but like we just need to play a complete game so we can be able to dominate for all 4 quarters.
Wait, I know it's only been 5 games for you, but has there been a favorite moment or favorite catch you've had so far this season?
I mean, probably my first catch. It was like 3rd and 15. I ran a dig route. I was the last read in progression. I caught it, kept the drive going. We ended up scoring on the drive. That was like the game-winning drive. So I feel like that was from my first catch, that was like a great catch to happen for me because I kept the chains going, kept the drive going, and we ended up scoring on that drive. So I feel like that was a great way to help spark my team and help us win that game.
Have you always played wide receiver growing up, or did you settle on it when you got to high school? Or?
Yeah. Growing up, I always played receiver. In high school, I played receiver and safety. I played both ways. I was an athlete, so I kind of got to see the defense from from a defensive side. So like that kind of helped my receiver skills as well. But yeah, I've always played receiver.
Did you have any receivers like maybe in the NFL that you like to watch growing up that you tried to emulate out there?
My favorite receiver growing up, Deshaun Jackson, for sure. I love Deshaun Jackson. Like his deep ball ability. Feel like he's probably one of the best deep ball receivers ever to do it. So I really like Deshaun Jackson. I like watching CD Lamb as well. Like I like how he's fluent all his routes. He can run every route in the route tree. And yeah, just some guys like that.
How has the relationship evolved and the expectations changed with Coach Becton since you got here early in the spring and now you're 5 games into your freshman season playing as many reps as you are? How do you feel like that relationship is changing, and how are those expectations maybe changing a little?
Yeah, our relationship has grown a lot ever since I've been here. Just taking on this bigger role as playing more and just contributing to the team. Like he's not really looking at me as like a freshman anymore. He's just looking at me as somebody to go out there and make a play because that's what I've been doing. So any way I can to help the team, he's gonna look for me to help in that way to make the team better.
You've seen an increased role, but how cool has it been to see freshman receiver Carl Jenkins also get some playing time on the field and you guys out there together?
Yes, sir. That's my boy CJ, man. We came here together. We go to work every day. Like anything he does, I'm gonna do it. Anything I do, he's gonna do. We push each other to the limit every day. Like just this morning, we were just pushing each other in the weight room. Like we try to make each other better in every way possible because like everybody sees like me and him, we're gonna be the future of this program. And like other great receivers too, like Burdell. Who else? We got Burdell. We got Jordan Bridgewater. We got a lot of great guys, young guys in the room that are going to be on the future of this program. So we'll just continue to push each other every day so we can be able to be great.
How good do you guys think you could be as a duo?
I think we can be great. Like probably like really great. Like probably one of the best to come to UCF, if not the best. For
How much does Coach Becton get on you about being a good blocker?
Oh yeah, definitely. He harps on blocking a lot, like definitely. And in our room, like we do blocking drills every single day in practice. Like in deep, we do blocking drills, most dangerous man blocks, and that's like a big part of the game because a lot of great teams, what are like the 2 things you see? Like they're good in special teams and receivers that can block. So if receivers can block on the perimeter and just create creases for those running backs and anybody with the ball, the team can be really great.
How do you evaluate your performance in that?
Yeah, blocking, I feel like I could do better. You know what I'm saying? I had some good blocks in the game throughout these weeks to be able to get my runners great runs, but I feel like I could always do better.
Talking about those young receivers in the room, how does that excite you knowing that you guys can stay together and have that continuity throughout the following years?
It makes me real excited just knowing that we're all young and we're all like performing well. Like we all have a high ceiling to do a lot of great things here. So it really gets me excited for the future here.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. So.